Pew, pew, pew.
What's
Take
up,
off that
everybody?
stupid badge.
And this?
Yeah.
My work. What do you call these? Badges?
Yeah.
It's a key card,
Yeah.
right? What's up, everybody? Welcome
Hey.
back to this podcast.
Hey, everybody.
How was your Thanksgiving?
I did not have turkey.
You didn't.
I did not have fowl of any kind, any bird. So I didn't even have chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had a turkey sandwich at Subway. Yeah.
Cranberry juice?
No, nothing like that.
No? Just turkey sandwich?
Yeah, my first Thanksgiving in Korea, that's what I had too. Turkey sandwich at Subway. I had a can of cranberry sauce that I bought from an international store in Itaewon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I bought a can of Budweiser.
So you can't drink the Budweiser.
Well,
anymore.
that my first
Right. Yeah.
Thanksgiving in Korea, I could. I
yeah.
didn't have gout then. But this last week, I had a turkey sandwich at Subway. That did it for me. And I just saw a lot of photos of people eating turkey and amazing spreads of food, like I do every year. And then, yeah, well, that was a bit it for me. But you didn't have any sort of fowl.
Yes. I ate hogwall.
Oh, the Chinese
Hot pot. Yes.
hot pot. Yeah.
Yes. Which was better, actually. Which I like better. No, but I realized that, I'm not the touchy-feely guy. You know what I mean? But beyond the food, the last 2 years, I spent Thanksgiving Day alone.
Oh, that's sad.
That's the part that made me go,
You could have called me.
this is what I missed.
You should have called.
No, with you?
Yeah.
Shit, I'd much rather be alone, motherfucker. No, but it was all right. I mean, to me, it's any other day. But it's not like I go anywhere for Chuseok either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're more tied to Thanksgiving than you are to Chuseok.
Right. So I saw pictures of my family and their Thanksgiving dinner.
No FaceTime with
No
them?
FaceTime. Because when they're ready to FaceTime, I'm ready to not FaceTime. I was actually pretty fucking drunk when they were having
Okay.
a meal. So
That would have been a fun call for them.
oh man, what the fuck? Happy Thanksgiving. So I hit them up afterwards. But anyway, Thanksgiving was okay. This past week, I did another sold out show.
Yeah.
Big shout outs to Komiko, the Pichik Dayak boys,
Was Komiko on the lineup too? Okay.
and Habin.
From Stage 6?
Yeah, the dumbass that said we should sell soju at a comedy club.
Oh, he's the one that said I didn't know who it was, actually.
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah.
So the show was already sold out. It's been sold out for like a month. So all we had to do was show up and do well.
Yeah.
But
Still no percentage of the bar or anything like that. Just the straight up
because
fee.
the bar is like, you know what I realized about Koreans?
What?
Like they think after the show, like the venue's closed or whatever.
Yeah.
They just fucking leave.
Oh, the people that bought tickets.
Yeah. So and on top of that, it's like, so when it comes to a club, like I know a handful of people that used to run clubs here. When you pay like a cover charge in Korea, you get one free drink, a beer or whatever, right?
Very standard.
The reason why is because they'll drink it and be like, oh, I should buy another beer.
Yeah.
So similarly, that's what we did for Hongdae.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to drink another beer, right. So I go, hey, that's not, we have to figure out other ways to do it. But thankfully, because of the YouTube star power of the comedians, minus me, of course, all their friends wanted to talk to them. So they all stayed.
They stuck around.
Yeah.
And they drank?
Huh?
And they drank.
Drank, ate, you know.
The one thing I don't like about Nevermind, I don't know how it is now. It's been a while since I went. Is that their bar isn't really a bar?
Yeah.
It's like a walk up. You know, like it almost feels like it's the water cooler table at a little league game.
Yeah.
You know, like
yeah, I mean, but you know, like the idea, even when you go to like a comedy club back home, though, it's not known for their phenomenal mixed cocktails and whatever, right? You know, it's just, but the vibe of it is definitely like, you know, it's not high end shit. It's not, what is it? Top shelf shit. You know what I'm saying? So
maybe that's a problem though. You know, like how they turn, like bowling alleys aren't known for really having badass bars and
right.
whatnot, you know, but they do have the high end bowling alleys now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That have nice bars and just like, what's that one? Smashing Bowl?
Yeah.
That used to be in the basement of our old office.
Yep.
That place is straight up like
that's too nice.
Bellagio.
But you know what? What I realize is that like
it's too nice.
I guarantee you that given maybe it's the vibe of or just the economic situation of the people that come to our shows, not a lot of them want to hang out afterwards.
Okay.
Just to kick it. So, you know, whether it's making more high end shit, will that bring more high end clients? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough question because you used to do shows at, let's say, like Vatos or like just basically pop up shows, right? And it's not like people stuck around after either, right?
Yeah.
They didn't really have. I mean, Vatos had a bar.
Yeah.
Nice bar, but really you're there for the show. It's like going to like the theater.
Yes.
You know, you watch what you came to see and then you go to maybe a surrounding like neighborhood bar.
Yeah. So you know, the idea is maybe the answer is not to make money off the bar, but add a second show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So just, all right, get the fuck out, you know?
Yeah. Perhaps.
So,
although, you know, in music, you remember like Hotel Cafe? People stuck around for the bar. Oh, it was show after show after show. That's why they separated. They had a bar in both the performance room and in the back.
And I also think it's a different vibe from Koreans and the US.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like they the way they bar hop is that they kind of hop slowly.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, let's grab one drink and then get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
It's usually like, hey, an hour, maybe two, hang out. All right, let's go to another place.
Yeah.
You know? So
I'm just trying to think of ways for you to make more money and like take a part of the bar percentage of how do you keep them there. But clearly you're saying that people stayed this time because
of famous people hanging out.
So,
you know, I go, okay, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Number one, the Hongdae show. I'm just going to keep it the way it is because I'm keeping the bar percentage of the upcoming comedy.
Oh, okay. So
percentage.
So just keep, there's no point. There's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Kind of thing. Yeah. So it does what you need it to do.
Yeah. But it's interesting. It's like, you know, did you know that celebrities in Korea, the proper, like, okay, when you as a male star, right, approach a female fan and like they want to be like, can I get a hug? It is proper manners for the guy to not make contact. That makes any sense?
No, explain.
So you kind of have to do like
you can say yes to the hug.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, sure. But then you don't squeeze back.
Oh, you just put your arms in midair?
Right. Yes.
And then
and you let the fan do the
touching.
Holding. Yes.
The holding.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I didn't know that.
Or like, you know, like if you, hey, let's take a picture together, right? And like you like on the side.
Yeah.
Like super
air,
Yeah.
like not actually hold
Yeah.
their shoulder.
Yeah, it's called like menason.
But will they be shocked if you actually make contact? Or
Probably
you
not.
do the-
But then, you know, it's just
because
to
we're
like,
foreigners?
but just beyond that, it's like not to be like, you know, like you know how everyone is, not everyone, but there's so many people that just like to start shit online.
Yeah.
So some people can be like, look at this dude fucking touching a bunch of girls on the fucking bear shit.
Oh, really? So it could be...
There
could be backlash too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't be shocked at how many fucking stupid things people complain
that's
about
true.
or whatever, right? So I saw some of these people at the show wanting hugs from these comedians, and they all air hugged them. They gave them the fucking son hula hoop, you know?
Son hula hoop.
Like, you can't. Nah,
Ass
that's
out.
cool. Yeah.
Ass out hug.
Yeah, ass out hug. Well, what do you call it? Jesus side hugs?
Oh, God.
Yo,
Terrible.
have you ever, like, it's funny, dude. I've, like, kind of, I don't want to say devout, but like just hardcore Christian girls that I've met in over the years. Like, you know, and that we're friends, but then when we hug, it's always like it comes in chest to chest.
Yeah.
And then they tilt at the end, like the Jesus side hug, you know? And I was like, why are you... I'm not gonna get aroused by a hug, you know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
But it's not like it's not like a, hey, it's good to see you. Let's do this again. It's like,
who was it?
beep, 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 beep. And then all of a sudden, like only a shoulder touches and you're like, I don't want to, let's just shake hands next time. You know what I mean?
Well, nowadays, because of COVID, you know, I get a lot of fist bumps.
Yeah.
And so I started giving people fist bumps. And I forget what it was. It was maybe last week. I forget who it was also. And I gave him a fist bump who I hadn't seen in a long time, I guess. And they're like, oh, so that's what you're doing now? Fist bump? I was like, I don't know what the etiquette is. I just said straight up, I said, like, I don't know if people feel uncomfortable if I go in for a handshake or a hug.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what level of COVID paranoia they live with. So the fist bump for me, at least, you know, enough people have done it to me where I didn't have any problems with it.
By the way, I think a fist bump and a handshake is the same amount of touching. Do you know what I'm saying? So what you got special antibacterial properties on your knuckles as opposed to your fucking palms? You know what I mean?
It depends how you wipe your nose when you don't have a tissue around. Do you go flat palmed or do you do the back of your palm? You know,
so I go this way. I go back of the palm, right?
Okay.
If I wipe my nose.
It depends for me. It depends.
Oh, so you go like this?
No, sometimes I'll go like that.
Yeah, but
sometimes I'll do that.
So you use the palm side of your hand to wipe your nose?
Depends. Sure.
You
depends.
fucking
depends.
Low class.
No, because if I have a mask on, let's say on the bus,
right,
and I don't have a tissue, but I have something like I know like I could, you know,
right,
just get rid of real quick.
Right.
I'll put my hand in this way. I'm not gonna put my hand in backwards in my mask. like, what's that guy doing? Like,
that's hilarious. Why don't you just use the mask as a tissue?
No, there's times where you get like komur, right? That's just hanging off the middle part, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we need to have a discussion about what is more proper?
What is this podcast?
What is the more proper way to wipe your nose? Palm side or fucking knuckle side?
I mean, there's probably like a better way to do it for the sake of your fellow person around you. Like, I don't know. There probably.
I mean, no, because like, dude,
some sort of etiquette that.
All I'm saying is that, like, a fist bump, is not safer than a handshake. You know what I mean?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you're right.
It's the same amount of touch. You know what I mean?
I think you're right.
A hug might be a little bit more. Unless you do the Jesus side hug, then it's probably the same amount of hug.
I mean, maybe it's a different conversation or a different situation, but it also depends on how you jerk off. Like, You definitely use this side of the palm side of the hand.
Not double jointed, bro. You can't do it the other way.
You don't like rub them together with the outside of your.
You do it with your. I call this the accordion.
These are moments like the future flashes in my mind. If my son actually one day, or my daughter, they're like, "What did Dad do 20 years ago?" Talking about this kind of shit.
You know, I wish I would see my dad's if technology was like as advanced as it is now back then. Mm-hmm. I wish I could hear my dad's podcast.
Me too.
Because
me too. I've thought about this.
I saw I've talked to my dad once about like, because he's such a stoic guy. Mm-hmm. But when you get him drunk, he starts opening up a little bit, right? Okay. And then one day I was like, you weren't like this with your friends. You couldn't have been this stoic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or is that why you moved to America? Because no one fucking could like your boring ass, right? Right? And my dad was like, no, I fucked around.
Yeah.
That's why did you become so stoic? Uh-huh. Because I became a fucking father.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Okay.
You know, and so like I think the what do you call it? The pressure of keeping 3 motherfuckers alive.
Yeah.
Kind of shut down all the accordion jack off talk.
I'm starting to understand that.
Yeah. But
sentiment.
But you're I think slowly getting there too. I feel like
less animated.
Beyond that, it's like when we talk like foul shit, old Bobby,
I pulled the brakes, you think?
would laugh, but you'd be like, oh, that's terrible, but you'd laugh.
Yeah.
Right? Now you laugh less and be like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I'm like, well, you know what we're talking about? Jacking off their knuckles.
I mean, think about it. Like everything is, back in our parents' days, things were about writing letters or postcards, and that's the only connection we have to like their thoughts, perhaps. Yeah. Outside of a conversation we can have with them. Like, for instance, my dad's passed, right? I don't have anything he's written. I don't have any like kind of, but I wish I did, at least a postcard or something like that. But it becomes like this thing where with us, there's a record of basically every single week of our lives for the last couple of years, right? And it's like, will they care? Because there's too much information, perhaps. Like they're not going to go through every single episode of Noonchi Podcast, but maybe one day they'll be like,
I mean, for the sake of the algorithm and YPP and monetization, hopefully it's still around 20 years from now. I would assume that they would do like a 40-hour.
Well,
binge.
I hope that it's still available or like archived at least in some capacity, right? For me, it's like I have my albums. I have those. I have liner notes, whatever. I have like my journals and so my kid will have more. But Norm Macdonald has a good joke
The picture bit.
Yeah, he's like, the one where he's like, I have this one photo of my grandfather, grandfather. Back in the days, you get only one photo. Yeah. Everyone
and they always look angry.
Yeah, because it takes like 3 hours to get the exposure. So I was like, you want to see a photo of my great granddad, and it's just the one, right? Yeah. And then nowadays, kids are like, do you want to see a photo of my father and every day of his life? It's like,
I also think that given the profession that we are in, there's a lot more of our shit out there compared to the normal person. Right?
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying? True. Like, there's people like, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. Like you put shit out. But over the years of from albums to YouTube videos to like comedy sets and whatever, like we just have more shit out there. If you think your kid is going to be traumatized by the shit that we say, imagine my kid and what the hell they're gonna be like. Oh my God, Dad.
But you gotta remember, like, My kids you're going to be my kid's uncle, or you are.
Yeah.
And so as soon as they go down that rabbit hole, they're going to be like, what kind of dad is friends with a lunatic like this guy?
A cool one. Dude, if your kid's like, Papa, Uncle Danny is very uncouth, I'd be like, yo, need to put some hood in this motherfucker. What is wrong with this guy? Right? Because in Korean, when I tell like a rated R joke or dirty joke on stage, I always ask. Obviously you don't do it in English, but in Korean, I'd be like, hey, this is a rated R show. It's been promoted that way. There's no kids here. And the reason why is not all, but stand-up comedy sometimes has some dirty jokes. And I have a lot, So what do you think? Should I tell one? Right?
Yeah.
And then for the most part, no one's be like, no, I like clean jokes.
Yeah.
Usually people go, oh, we love dirty jokes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, I've heard this ever since I got here and performed. But every time I tell a dirty joke, none of you respond.
Yeah.
And you kind of look at your significant other because you don't want to be judged that you like that shit. Right? So, that's how I have to kind of egg them on to that direction. But for the most part, if not even just on stage and a performer versus like an audience member, but just in life, if I have to hang out with somebody and that person doesn't like dirty jokes, I will probably fucking murder that person.
I mean, what's the point even?
Yeah.
What's the point even? Hanging out.
Yeah. So, I ran into this recently. It's Christian dad jokes.
Christian dad jokes on Reddit or something like that. Is it
not Reddit, but I forget where. But it's what dad jokes are, right?
Yeah. Actually, I follow the subreddit dad jokes.
Right.
I rarely read it because the punchline is you gotta actually go into the post.
So this is called the Preacher Joke Challenge. Usually it's try not to laugh.
Okay.
But I'm curious. Obviously, you are not as hardcore as you once were.
Oh, when I was
right. But
what's up, Strong Church? Chris here. They always say that
Jesus was a car painter.
Okay.
So we thought we'd put that to the test. This is the Preacher Joke Challenge.
How do we know that cars are in the New Testament?
How?
Because Jesus was a car painter. Carpenter.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Is this a parody though? Are they?
She's cracking up at their car painter joke.
Oh, because she finally got it.
Who is the greatest babysitter mentioned in the Bible? No. David.
Why is she laughing?
Why didn't Noah
David?
have to punish and discipline the chickens on the ark? I don't know. Because they were using foul language. How do you make holy water? I don't know.
How do you make holy water?
Get ready for water and boil together.
That's not even a joke. There's no.
Yeah, it's not really computing with me. I'm not finding any of it funny, but I see them as they're dad jokes basically. But
What I'm saying is, if you crack up at this and then judge my foul language jokes,
we can't be friends.
cannot.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And that, I think that's very important with not just with significant others, but just people around you. You don't have to have the exact sense of humor. We can find different types of comedy funny, and it can be differing.
Yeah.
But if I am, because some people go, you know what, I don't like shit jokes, right? If you are judgmental
Yeah.
about joke topics,
Yeah.
right? Can't be
But because I went to Christian college and all that stuff, like I do understand people that are that way. Because, you know, like growing up, when I was a kid and I saw Delirious, and I would be on the floor laughing, right? Kind of thing. And then, you know, in college, I went to Christian college, like I had to not admit, almost like hide that I like that kind of thing. You know, because
you didn't do
they're saying
you ain't get no ice cream. You didn't goonie goo goo nothing.
I've been met with that, you know, stereotype or that kind of belief that, you know, I liked it because I was living a life of sin. But I was like 8 years old when that came out or something. I don't know. But you have to pray and ask God for forgiveness to rid yourself of the need to laugh at that kind of stuff. I've met people that like that.
Yeah, but
you know,
now you can understand that they exist.
Yeah.
But can you be great friends with them?
To a certain point, yeah. Like I think, yeah. I mean, there's no point. The older I get, the less and less friends I think I have.
Yeah.
Not because I'm cutting everyone out of my life. It's more like because I like situational, right?
Yeah,
and so
I think it's that, and also just like I think it's inevitable that as people get older, their circle and their true circle gets smaller.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But then when it does come to people with that kind of capacity of, you know, judgment, you know, judgment,
fucking assholes, judging assholes.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't need them in my life.
Yeah,
so
I mean, to be honest, anyone that's judgmental is kind of a bad sign, right? Although we all, I'm sure, to a certain degree, judge people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To be like, oh, it's because of a life of sin that he laughs at that dick joke.
Yeah,
right?
but even devoid of religion, I think there are degrees of people's judgment.
Yeah.
On the world, and like just like it's just not the Christians. It's sort of just.
Oh no, yeah.
Just,
I mean,
you know, it's like a lot of
again,
people
let's not put caveats. This is not an email,
so
but like,
I'm I know what you're saying, and I feel like I do. I feel like I can. I have a good judgment of someone, you know, like myself. Like, I could point it out early on in our relationship.
You
if
can
I
smell
need
that.
to
like
move on. You know,
yeah.
not give this person as much time. And so right now, if I think of the people I hang out the most with, they're the least judgmental people. I would say. Yeah. I know, and so that's really important to me. And
absolutely. So like, you know what I'm
speaking the obvious. I guess.
Yeah. No shit. Like, so that's why if you raise your kids to be judgmental assholes, then unjudged or less judgmental Danny would be like, hey, you're being a fucking dickhead right now. Stop it.
Yeah.
Right?
I should learn how to,
you know?
I mean, I should, I don't know how I can say that to my kids. Like, if they turned out to be judgmental, like if they showed that kind of judgment on other kids or other people, what's the right way to tell them? Those are the things I need to figure out, because my parents didn't really. They showed me, I guess, by their actions. So I have to figure that out. Like,
I was the opposite.
But Danny, you probably tell them, stop being judgmental, you little rascal.
I'd be like, I'll be like, hey man, this is that attitude is the worst type of person to be around. Right?
Yeah,
nobody's gonna like you for doing that shit. You know.
I saw this interview with Gwyneth Paltrow, and you know her parents were famous actors, right? I forgot what her dad's name was, like something Paltrow, right?
Yeah.
Her mother is Blythe Danner, right? So something like that. And so she said, because she grew up with famous parents, and she was an actress at a young age. People always were, she was surrounded by yes people and didn't really have a normal upbringing, right?
Right.
So how do you mature when you're around that all the time?
Right.
And one thing that really helped her discover that she was privileged was one time, like I think she was like had gotten an Oscar. She was like 21 or 22, and just kind of like in the press, in the spotlight. And her father one time said, "You know what? You're becoming kind of an asshole." Like those words or similar to those words.
Yeah.
And she was just like, to hear that from her father, her father calling her an asshole, changed her attitude.
Yeah.
And so I file that away right away in my mind, because if I ever see my kids being an asshole, I think that's when I'll pull it out. I won't use it all the time. Yeah. But if it really is the kind of person they're turning into, I can't wait to be the one to tell them.
If not, I'll be like, "Hey, Bob,
talk to Uncle Danny."
Hey, you're being a fucking asshole, right? No, but ultimately, like, I think I'm the other way around, where I'm not gonna say I am free of judgment. I admit that there are some preconceived beliefs and feelings that I have.
You won't be friends with anyone that doesn't drink.
Yes. Like, because they won't be.
I know lovely people that don't drink.
I'm sure they are, but we're not gonna get close. You know what I mean? Or do you just stare at me at a pojangmatcha, or do I have to sit at a cafe with you until 2 a.m. just shooting the shit about how you don't drink? Fuck that, right? So, somebody said that I drink alcohol to make you more interesting.
That's funny,
right?
But like when we didn't have gout, and you did, and you couldn't have beer, and we were like having chicken and beer, or at some like place with the 5,000 cc,
right. Just like whatever with the spout.
It's like, I don't drink beer, kind of thing. It was kind of annoying to have you around. To be honest. So like, people probably think that way about us too when we go out and they have to change something up because of us. Like,
no, but see,
Danny and I don't drink beer because we have gout, and they're like, "What's gout?" It's like, and then it becomes like, "Oh, these guys."
But it's like this, where I go, y'all can drink beer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'll drink something else.
I mean, which is the case always.
Or like let's say this, not just us two, but there's maybe 4 people, right?
Yeah.
And then they want to eat at a place where predominantly is shit we can't eat.
Yeah.
Or order an anju that we cannot eat.
Yeah.
I'd be like, order it.
Yeah.
No. I was like, time out. Just fucking order it. I'll tell them. If you want to eat it, order it. I just won't touch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These days, in the beginning, I would say, "Oh, I can't eat that."
Yeah.
But now I wait till everybody orders what they want, and then when I don't eat it, I'll tell them then. But then I'll make sure there's something I can eat.
Yeah. So I go, just fucking order it. So like, I think we talked about this before. Was that like, I felt. I mean, I hated to be before gout. Okay, kind of backtracking more, a little bit unrelated but similar, right? I had a high school friend, and she decided to go vegan just cause.
Yeah.
And then so we went for a birthday party. She decided in high school, her birthday party was at the soup plantation.
Okay.
Which, as somebody who is kind of anti-vegetables, I was like, I fucking hate this, right?
Yeah.
But I went because she's a friend, right? And then I found things that I enjoy.
There's plenty you could eat there.
Right. You know what I mean? Like just the chicken from the chicken noodle soup or whatever, right?
That's Peter's.
Yeah. So I did all that shit, right?
Yeah.
2 months later, she quit being a vegan, and she went back to. I was like, hey, motherfucker, like, don't dictate. And so that was the thing.
I feel
like I respect your choice. Or your food allergies or whatever. Like, obviously, we're not going to eat that shit.
Yeah.
Right? But don't put that on me. Meaning, like, not the whole table now can't do that.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Yeah.
That's an asshole move.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be that person ever. Right?
I've had someone tell me recently.
Yeah.
I ran into them at a bar, right? And I was eating like chicken wings or something. They're like, I thought you're vegan. This was like, I was vegan like 5 years ago, right? So I was like, oh no, that was just only like for a couple years. And they're like, oh man, I actually stopped calling you. They said, I think there was a couple of times that I wanted to call you out to dinner, but there was no point because I didn't want you to not eat, you know? And then I just remember thinking at the moment, oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
Okay, well, okay. I don't know if this person's going to watch this episode, but did you really care to hang out with that person? Like for real, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like
I don't know who it is, so.
People to this day still remember that time of me being a vegan and just haven't seen me since, and just like, of course they're just gonna assume that I stuck with it, but
no, but me as your friend when you were vegan and I was here, we found things that both you and I can eat. Yeah, at restaurants where even if it can be a full vegan restaurant, or it can be like the all-you-can-eat bibimbap place.
Yeah. Oh man,
or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever it was. Right. We found things that we can eat. We like you can eat, and then I'm not forced to eat.
But
right?
I mean, to be fair, like at the time there were no vegan options, so I had to find places
right
that that had at least bibimbap.
Yeah.
We went. There's a jampong place, for instance, right here that's supposed to be really good. Right next to the Daejigukbap place, right? And sometimes people want to go there, but you and I have never set foot in that place.
Apparently, there is a 차돌배기 짬뽕. So it's meat. I don't know what the broth is made out of.
Yeah,
but for sure, there are no shellfish in the soup. I've never been, but I'm told.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's one of those things like jampong, the kumar, right? That's the offender. Like that's the thing that actually fucks us up, right?
So here's my philosophy. I mean, you know what? Given I've looked at the stats and analytics of our listeners, y'all motherfuckers about to get gout soon too, right? So we're just telling you now because
age-wise,
a lot of y'all go, it's not gonna happen to me. It didn't. I'm sure you first thought that.
Yeah.
DPD first thought that.
Yeah.
Young first thought that. And guess what? All you can't drink beer no more. Right? So it's going to happen to y'all. Unless you it's not even living a healthy life. It's whether or not your shit gets flushed out. Anyway.
Yeah.
In terms of like the living with gout stuff, I do have one philosophy. If it's at a faraway place, like not in Seoul, but let's say I'm in like Busan or whatever, and let's say that Singapore, okay? One of their famous dishes is the chili crab.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Technically, I'm not supposed to eat crab.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm in Singapore. Fuck my left foot.
Yeah.
And I'll eat it. Right?
I'm of the same.
Right.
Yeah.
I was in Gwangju a while back. And I go, what's the best thing to eat here? The 공무주에는 짬뽕이에요.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I went and said, fuck it, I'm gonna eat the 짬뽕.
Right.
So I do play chicken with my foot, when it comes to like those situations.
Yeah.
Or if it's like this is the rarest beer in the world, I'm like, all right, well, I have to do it,
I've done that with the yak, the medicine that I have that I could take and I could see what I want.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'll eat it when, let's say, that week we're going to Mahjongdong. Like I'll have it like 3 days straight. Just because I know we're gonna overindulge, right. Have more meat than a regular serving, and alcohol on top of that. So, yeah. That's my way of dealing with it. Like it's less playing chicken with it. It's more like fucking up my liver for the sake of
No. I'm more like, let's play chicken with it, you know?
Damn. Yeah.
But, you know, I don't know. This past week, you know how I said I've been trying to drink only one time a week?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know? Last week, 4 times.
You drank 4 times.
Yeah.
Last week, I drank 6 days out of 7.
Yeah. You need to start.
Yeah.
You need to, you know what? It's not the yak.
Mm.
You need to not drink. Yeah.
Though I would say only 3 of those days were heavy drinking.
Every drinker. No, but no, seriously, like, I don't have a full-blown flare-up. But, you know, like, I feel something coming.
Yeah.
I'm right there right now. So, all right, enough golf talk. But,
Yeah.
But I drank so much on Saturday that
At your show, after the show.
after the show,
Yeah.
that I have, I missed my Sunday workout day.
Oh.
And I told him, I was like, hey, man. He was like, yep, I know.
Was he there?
Right. No, he wasn't there, but he knows we like to throw down. Here is something that I wanted to bring up. And this is something I realized after the show, right? As a man, right?
Okay.
When someone of the opposite sex says you're cute
Mm-hmm.
in English versus 귀여워 in Korean,
Mm-hmm.
it actually feels different.
Does it?
Because in English, when he's like, oh, you're so cute,
Yeah.
it's as if she's just drawn the line of being, oh, you're in friendship zone,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right? That's what I feel.
And then in Korean, if they say
귀여워.
귀여워,
But I don't like it, but it doesn't feel the same. But
it feels you still have a chance.
Yeah. There's still hope,
Uh-huh.
right? But if in America, if in English, it'd be like, oh, you're so cute. I'd be like, might as well not have a dick.
Really?
Now. Yeah, that's how I feel. Right.
Okay.
That's kind of like my how my brain focuses, because like some of my fans like made me shit, like made me like a headband with like bunny ears that said Hyojun, which is my Korean name.
Yeah.
Or like it made me like a sign that wanted me to hold up.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, I hold it up. Oh, cute. Right. And I was just like,
You're still willing to wear the ears or whatever they made you because there's still a chance.
no.
That, like,
I'm wearing the ears because they made it for me. And obviously you'd be like, thanks for shit that I'm never going to wear, but I'm going to wear it for you at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But the high pitch, 귀여워, like if you translate it in English, I'm like, I don't have a chance. It's not like I'm actively trying to fuck these girls, right? But then like,
it's an interesting
right.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm actively trying to have sex with these girls.
Yeah.
But I don't want doors shut.
Yeah.
I want the option.
As a man,
Yes.
you don't like those lines being drawn for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Because obviously, if they're calling, like obviously, your dick ain't cute. Like,
I didn't expect that part. All right.
because they've already.
That, you know what? I wonder if
That's when they're allowed to draw the line.
Right.
They're not allowed to say, Danny, this is my decision, but I will never see your dick.
Right.
Is the same thing as you're cute.
Right. But obviously, the sentence A is way more crude and direct.
Yeah.
But your crude is,
it's the same thing.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm wondering if a girl saw my dick and went, 귀여워, like if I would feel any better.
That's kind of a line.
Yeah. I'll be like, man, we're both naked though. Why did you draw the line here?
Perspective is everything, right? So
Oh, 귀여워.
I mean that's what it means to them. Where when they say, "Oh, you're so cute,"
Yeah.
they're really saying you will never see me naked. Basically, it goes both ways.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
they've already decided for themselves that
Right.
you'll never see them naked.
But and that's what I told the girls
Yeah.
is that in English, when you say someone's cute, when a girl tells a guy that they're cute,
Yeah.
and with that tone, that means no way in
Yeah.
hell that we're gonna be fucking. Right. And they go, really? And I was like, yeah. So what should we say? And I said, well, it's up to you. But in Korean, I'm an American. So even if you say it in Korean,
Yeah.
I still hear the translation of cute in my head,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
And I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she goes, oh, cute. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. It's true. Also, Koreans do this more in terms of as an audience, particularly female audience members. When you say something, then the setup is depressing. You get the oh, like you hear it in English too,
Yeah.
but it is way more blurted out. The sound comes out.
Okay.
And I told a joke about how, like, I was thinking about dying alone.
And then that came out.
Yeah, and like, cause because I live alone.
Yeah.
And I went, yo, time out,
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
out. I go, why do you guys make that sound?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is it because if you make that sound, it makes it feel like you're a good person because you care that this is a sad situation?
Mm-hmm.
Or B, you think that sound, me hearing it, makes me feel better, right? Because the answer is false to both of them. You're not a better person. And
It's a good setup then.
Yeah,
you can use that in many ways.
Yeah,
But how does it go then?
And they all laughed. I was like,
Yeah.
by the way, that sound, don't make me feel better. It makes me feel like shit.
Yeah.
Don't make that noise.
Yeah.
right.
But is there a punchline beyond that?
No.
Is the bit no?
It wasn't a bit. It was
yeah.
in the middle of my set. I hear, I was like, wait.
Okay.
And I just like blurted it out.
That
Like,
makes it
Yeah.
funny in a different but I actually thought maybe there was like an ending to that, or like a continuation, because it's a good setup.
yeah.
If you use that, you could use it in many ways probably, where you get the awe and then be like, wait a minute. It's because I don't want to die next to some crazy
Yeah. So I finished my joke, and then I think they were like, the knee-jerk reaction was to say "oh" again,
Yeah.
but I just stared at everybody and they all laughed, right? I'm a 죽여버려, right? And then
Okay.
here's another thing that I've noticed in Koreanness. Did you know when you go to a store to buy something and like they'll say in English what it is without a receipt a return is hard or is impossible.
In English, yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
return it without a receipt. Cannot. In
Unless
Korean,
it's Costco.
yeah. In Korean, they do not say it's impossible. It's not a can't.
Okay.
They say 환불이 어렵습니다.
Okay.
So-
It's difficult.
Yeah, so I go, so you're saying there's still a chance?
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you just say you can't?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, literally, it means there is a chance.
yeah. But it's the polite way of saying they can't.
Yeah.
You know?
You might as well ask them, all right, what do I have to say
Yeah.
in order to get the return?
Yeah. So like my brain, because I was at an Olive Young, which is one of those like
Olive Young. Oh,
beauty
it's
whatever.
like a CVS, right?
Yeah.
Or for beauty products.
Right.
Yeah.
And I went to go get body wash, right? At Olive Young.
Okay.
Right. And then so I bought it, and then they were like, you need a receipt. I said, no, it's okay. And then they go, 그런데 영수증 없이는 환불이 어렵습니다. And I went, okay, right? But in my mind, I was like, how, like, you know, like
어려워요? 아니면 안 돼요?
right.
Like,
That's I was gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
But you know, shit like that
Yeah.
is to me something that foreigners will pick up faster
yeah.
as weird. You know what I mean? So those are the type of bits I want to be like, okay, so how hard, like what I gotta do? Okay, if I juggle for these things,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? What do you mean audio, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, those were the random. That was my whole weekend. From the oh. You know, I wish we had like one of those like musically talented fans who has a lot of free time to like make a song
Remixes.
with our sound bits.
Yeah.
I think to me that's a sign of a podcast or a radio show that has made it or has fans is when your fans start like creating new shit
New content out of what
what you said.
because we won't do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if any of you know how to edit down like just bits, like we used to do Noonchi clips that we don't anymore because we're just like, it's hard to figure out what like we say that really
No, you know what? To be honest, it's because I'm lazy to listen to it again.
For me, it's I really don't know what we say is interesting or not. So for me to be presumptuous and just choose something, unless it's I don't know.
Now, you know what? At the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
If we do it to be like, these are the topics that are going to get us hits, or this is the clip, I don't think we should do it. But if we go, yeah, that shit was fun,
Then we do it. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's what the part of the clip is.
I mean, a lot of podcasts are on TikTok now because it's short form content creation, right? So,
I mean, if we take off a bunch of our ums and ahs,
yeah,
a 5-minute clip would actually be 2.5 minutes.
we're actually better now.
Yeah.
Than when we first started. The ums and ahs and verbal crutches.
Yeah.
I think we're getting better about it.
Yeah. Now it's just a matter of you putting full sentences together without.
That's true. As I was explaining it, I was like, oh my God, I'm just like creating a new loop of or new.
I mean, I think it was the last
shortcoming.
I think it was the last episode, or you told me like, your kid doesn't fully complete sentences.
Yeah.
And you were getting kind of mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know how genetics works? You can't speak either, stupid.
Well, now, if you look on my TikTok or I don't post a lot on my social media, but I did today because he was saying, Appa, 해주세요. 해주, like that's his new favorite phrase.
Yeah.
Because he needs it in order for us to do the shit he wants us to do. That's where the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like I told you, I don't retain a lot of Korean words or phrases because most of it I don't have a need for. Like a constant need for. Right. And so I think that's what's happening with my son. Like he refuses to learn his name because he doesn't need to use that shit. Like, can you say Benji? He's just like, 해주세요. I'm like, oh my God. Because he wants me to fix his toy or something. He knows now that that's what it means. So yeah, before he knows his name, he knows like shit that's useful to him. So in that way, yeah, he's kind of like his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it where
a lot of ums and ahs come out of that kid.
A lot of pressing your eyelid. 해주세요. Sorry, Benji. I love you.
Oh man, it's so cute though. I'm gonna just play that part because
but I thought the cuter part was more like 아빠 회사 가지 말라고.
Oh, this one. Oh, don't go to work.
Yeah.
This.
아빠 회사 가야 돼. 왜? 다은아, 아빠 회사 가야 돼. 아빠 회사 가면 안 돼? 왜? 아빠 뭐 해주세요?
아빠 해주세요.
오케이. 근데 아빠 가야 돼. 회사 가야 돼. 안 돼?
He doesn't want me to go to work because I can't do shit for him. That's what he's saying. That's the only reason, because he breaks his little transformer cars. He breaks them on purpose. Like, because they have joints and where they come apart, but he can't put them back together. Like, he enjoys breaking things, but he needs them put back together so he can break it again.
Right.
So until Appa comes home, nobody fixes that shit for him. So he's just frustrated all day. And as soon as I come in now, he's like, before he would walk to me and give me like a pile of toys that I need to fix. But now that he knows the word 해주세요, now he can yell it from the other room.
Right.
And I know he means, Dad, fix this shit now. Like, that's what 해주세요 means.
No, that's when you be like, no, you learn your lesson. Don't break this shit. This is not how you play toys.
But now he knows that he can explain it through phrase and word. Now he's like, Appa, don't go. He's like, 가지마, like, 안 돼. Because he,
Well,
해주세요.
the apple does not fall from the tree.
Oh man, he's not gonna make any money either. Is
Yeah,
he?
I just hope my kid not bald and fat. And okay. So the three things that there's a lot of things, but I have like the three things that in terms of my health and appearance. There's four things, right? But one thing I can fix, which is the fatness, right? I can fix that, right? But the balding, the psoriasis, and the gout, right?
But your parents had your dad had.
My dad's bald.
Your dad is bald.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But none of them have gout or psoriasis.
Okay.
Right.
So maybe it'll skip a generation.
So I started to think, top priority, what I want to get fixed first.
Huh?
What of those three things, what is my top priority of what I would like to get fixed first, if possible?
Oh yeah, what is it?
Number 3 out of the 3 is gout.
Oh, okay.
Right. Number 2 is the psoriasis. Number 1 is the balding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1 is the balding,
Yeah.
you would say?
Yeah.
Did you really like your hair when you had hair? Do you think it was becoming? Because I remember when you had hair, I was just like, all right, it's the.
Oh man. Oh shit. That was such an asshole look you had. That's hilarious. It's not even judgment. That's judgmental. No, but I mean, not to the point of when I had it. I want it a lot more full.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I can do shit with it, but I couldn't do anything to it because it just looked like a bad golf course on top of my head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I actually thought you were gonna say your number one thing was you would like to change your cute unfuckable dick. That would have been a funny callback. Like,
but my dick is not unfuckable.
Oh man, are we really? Oh, we're at an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know what my callback would be?
What?
is I would point at my dick and tell a girl, "Hey, you say yo."
All right.
Bam.
Okay. All right.
Bam.
All right. All right. I don't think we could top that. I think. Oh shit. Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's funny.
Yo,
Oh man.
I don't think the camera captured. To me, it was hilarious. The look in your face of like, do you think when you had hair, it was like becoming of you? Oh, the smug look on his face.
I was just like surprising to me because I was like, do you really think it would help if you had hair? Like, you think that's the problem? Why, like, it handicaps you that you don't have the hair that look like shit anyway.
Oh, what? I don't even know what to title this. I want to use that as a title. Right.
Oh man.
You having hair doesn't fix you. All right, man. That was fun.
All right, yeah. That was fun.
Hey, cute
All right, we'll find a good title for this week.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
That's the clip, actually.
That is a clip, yeah. The last 5 minutes of this podcast. But it was all worth it.
God. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Later, guys.
Be good, everybody.